It's the new year, which means it's all about trying new things and starting fresh. I'm kind of feeling the new year this time. Maybe your goal is to try out veganism for 2019. One of the main reasons why a lot of people who are genuinely interested in going vegan don't do it is because they think it is too much effort. So I'm trying to help with that in today's video. And of course, I also included lots of easy and lazy vegan recipes. So it doesn't matter whether you've been vegan for a while or you just started looking into this lifestyle, this video should have something for everyone. My personal goal for the new year is to become a more productive and just efficient human. I'm honestly the most unorganized person I know, so I really need to step up my game in 2019. In order to become that, I have not only been binge watching Michelle B's YouTube videos, but I've also been starting a couple Skillshare courses. I was super happy when they asked me to sponsor a video of mine, because I like promoting companies that do cool things, and Skillshare is definitely one of them. Skillshare is an online platform that helps you learn new things. They have over 17,000 courses. These are classes about anything that you could be interested in or need help with. So topics such as photography, finance, writing, becoming an Instagram star. I recently went through a class on productivity and email management. It's a topic that I've been trying to find a good YouTube video on for ages. Yeah, I would highly recommend you check it out as well. Skillshare's premium membership starts at €8 a month, and the first 500 people to sign up using the link down below get their first 2 months for free. There you go. So you can just give it a try and see how you like it, and if you don't, you can cancel it. Now, let's get into the video. So here are my tips for when you want to be vegan, but you also like to be lazy. Stock up on quick cooking grains. So things like small cut oats, rice noodles, soba noodles, couscous. All of these are wonderful because to cook them, you just simply pour hot water on top and that's it. Bowls. Leftover bowls are all I eat these days. Find whatever vegetables, grains, canned foods, and condiments you have, and put them all together in a bowl. Pretty self-explanatory. As an example, here we have rice noodles, leftover steamed pumpkin. Those are called snap peas, right? A legume that I have just completely disregarded all my life. All I did was wash them, pat them dry, and then roasted them in a pan on medium-high in a teaspoon of olive oil for about 5 minutes. Back to the bowl, I added some of this perfect avocado and drizzled over a coriander wasabi tamari sauce that I found in the fridge. Here's another one from last week: steamed broccoli, grated carrot, canned brown lentils, and this green tofu, which I just pan-fried for a few minutes. One of my go-to dressings is mixing together a tablespoon of hummus and a tablespoon of lemon juice. This sauce goes with pretty much anything. So good. Speaking of sauces, these work in and on so many things. To name a few examples: pre-made marinara sauce, balsamic glaze, which is great for salads, hummus, maybe guacamole, the tamari sauce, and sriracha. Meal prep. I know this sounds like the opposite of laziness, but bear with me. Here's what a lazier version of meal prepping could look like. Cutting up a bunch of bananas into slices and then freezing them for future smoothies. Pre-cutting and peeling vegetables that are annoying to cut. By that I mean pumpkin and sweet potatoes. Here I'm also chopping up other veggies like onions, peppers, and broccoli. Cooking up a big batch of some sort of starch. For instance, brown rice, quinoa, or millet in this case. To make this easier, use a rice cooker. And then another idea would be to make some healthy treats, or not super healthy treats. In this example, I'm making dark chocolate covered rice cakes with roasted hazelnuts. The only note I have is that I found it's a lot better to just spread the chocolate onto the rice cakes instead of pouring it on top. then lastly, I would prepare one super simple one-pot meal. For this example, we're making a cozy tofu and bean chili. I'm sorry that you can't see anything. Throw in all the ingredients at once. A chopped onion, a chopped pepper, a block of tofu that you crumbled up beforehand with your hands, a can of diced tomatoes, vegetable broth, a can of kidney beans, ketchup, a cup of pre-made marinara sauce for extra flavor, a teaspoon of unsweetened cacao powder, yep, that goes in there, and spices like black pepper, smoked paprika, or whatever else you like to use. Let it come to a boil and then let it simmer on medium for at least 25 minutes. Also, season with salt to taste. What you can also do is saute the onion, pepper, and tofu in a teaspoon of oil before adding the last few ingredients. The idea of meal prepping may sound daunting, but it can easily free up so much time for the rest of your week. This goes in line with meal prepping, but stock up the freezer with food. Invest in a good blender and food processor. I love this food processor with all my heart, even though it only got 1 star on Amazon. I will have both the blender and the food processor linked down below in the description. Go for easy and basic breakfast foods, but basic doesn't mean boring. You can make them fun by introducing new flavor combos that you might have not had before. This has been my favorite oatmeal lately. Cinnamon raisin porridge. Cinnamon raisin is a type of flavor that I miss from the US so much. It's not really a thing here in Germany. To a saucepan, add quick cooking oats, non-dairy milk. I usually go for oat or soy milk, a pinch of salt. Also add raisins and cinnamon. Bring it up to a boil and then reduce the heat to medium, letting it simmer until your oats have cooked through. This takes between 5 to 8 minutes depending on how small cut the oats were. Another lazy and basic breakfast idea would be this banana and tahini smoothie muesli bowl. To your blender, add 2 frozen bananas, a teaspoon of tahini, a tablespoon of oats, and vanilla non-dairy milk. I went for this cherry and chocolate muesli as my topping. Highly recommend. This last basic breakfast idea is for a grilled hummus, onion, and avocado sandwich. The name says it all.
Let's run away, leave this town behind. So take my hand and run outside. Let's steal a car, steal some money too. You stole my heart, what a thing to do.
Even if you're feeling lazy, don't forget your supplements. That is one area that I have been slacking on majorly, especially in October, November of this year. I'm talking about B12 and vitamin D. Vitamin D because I live in Germany and it's December, and B12 because it's just generally very important. Even if you're not vegan, I would suggest looking into it. That being said, I am not a nutritionist, so do your research and consult people who know what they're talking about. Okay, next one. Ready-made vegan meals are showing up more and more in stores everywhere, so that can be an option too. Of course, it's probably not the healthiest route to go on. Sometimes, to make things easier for myself, I like to use half store-bought stuff and half homemade. So, for example, here we have this quinoa mix. And now I'm just gonna be roasting the pre-cut pumpkin. And that's a yummy meal. Another great example would be this loaded veggie pizza. I decided to knead the dough for some reason. That's a step that you can totally skip. I added the marinara sauce on top and put it into the preheated oven at 220 degrees Celsius for about 12 minutes. While that was happening, I quickly chopped up some quick cooking vegetables. Bring a large skillet to medium-high with a bit of olive oil. Saute for 6 to 8 minutes. In the meantime, mix together some unsweetened and thick vegan yogurt with lemon juice and a pinch of salt. You could substitute that for cashew cream or vegan cream cheese. Last but not least, try making the act of cooking or meal prepping more fun for yourself. Listen to a fun podcast or a good Spotify playlist, or passively learn something new and interesting by having a Skillshare course playing in the background. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful to someone. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. See you soon. Bye.
Step up like Tatum and I pump another chin. Light another candle on my mantle.
Willst du alles rein?
Ja.
Na will
Ja, warte.
alles?
Nicht mit den Fingern.